Alrighty, it is a Sunday morning. The time change. It's kind of got me all jacked around. I woke up really early, despite the fact that it was already really early. Hope you're having a good morning so far. It's a beautiful day. Yesterday was awesome. 60s, low 70s, mid 70s down in Southern California. Today follows suit. It's going to be very similar day to day to the day we had yesterday. Truckee this morning up at Lake Tahoe, around Lake Tahoe, about 17 degrees. Olympic Valley is about 28 degrees. And then Blue Canyon is at 37 degrees. So it's kind of cold. In the Bay Area too, and in Central California, you got temperatures in the low 30s. So it's very cold. A lot of frost out there throughout the state. We're dry for a while. Dry today. And then what's tomorrow? Monday. Monday's dry. Tuesday, some showers move into Southern California real light. You'll see that on the model. And then Wednesday, I think we all get rain and snow in the mountains. And it's funny. I'm seeing lots of stuff about big, giant storm. I'm like, when you look at it, you tell me what you think. It looks like a winter storm. It doesn't look like a big giant thing to me. And the atmospheric river potential is very low in terms of precipitable moisture. So we'll take a look at that. And maybe I'm missing something. You tell me. So that's the right now. There's some fog along the coast up around. That's Point Reyes. Monterey Bay has got a little bit of fog. We'll see that. And a little bit of fog just down around Escondido in Southern California. So right now we go to Golden Gate Bridge. And again, just so you recognize where you are, that's Mount Tam. This is out here would be Bolinas area. And then there's Golden Gate Park. And temperatures in San Francisco right now in the low 40s. It's chilly around the bay. A lot of folks, what's funny about the time change? It messes with a lot of people. Like it kind of messed with me, especially when I work morning shows. But it just kind of throws you off, man. It's like, yeah. So I was up earlier than I wanted to be. Interesting fog footprint here, isn't it? That's Santa Barbara. Isn't that interesting? I think that's little valley fog. So that's that radiation fog kind of in the low-lying area. That must be, maybe that's State Street right there. Kind of looks like it is because it's low-lying. And the Mission would be back up in here. Santa Barbara today is going to go about 67 degrees. So pretty pleasant there. Another live camera shot. Mount Shasta just came out of the clouds. It was cloudy this morning. I was looking at it earlier. Sun just coming up. Mount Shasta, absolutely beautiful in this light. And again, they're going to get a lot of snow. Now, Mount Shasta will, they'll get a couple feet of snow out of this next system. Maybe 3.5 feet. Lake Tahoe, I would suspect 1.5 feet, maybe 2, which is, that's because the way I always worked it is, and it kind of works out okay. In the Bay Area, if we get 2 inches of rain, an inch to about a foot of snow in the mountains, right? So 2 inches of rain in San Francisco is 2 feet of snow in Lake Tahoe. I know it's not science, it's just anecdotal, but it works. This is Santa Cruz, UC San Diego, who provides these alert cameras for us. University of San Diego. I got it mixed up the other day. A little bit of swell down there still. You got let's see what you got. You got 2 to 4 feet down there. So it's been a good run of swell for Southern California. Here comes the weather system. See how this thing's undercutting? We looked at it yesterday. It's going to work its way into Southern California on Tuesday. And that opens the door for this area to drop down and move through more kind of Central Coast centric. And you'll see that in the models as well. Swells stay pretty big. It's an active Pacific. And so all these areas, see those areas out there? That's where the wind is being generated. And the wind blowing over the water is what creates the waves. The whole trick to wave formation is fetch. So fetch is the distance of water you have to go across. So basically fetch is just a fancy way of saying, or not a fancy way of saying, it's a lot of water it's got to blow over. So a couple thousand miles. And if you get a wind, that's the water. Now, if the wind is blowing across this water for 800 miles or 1,000 miles, for a long time, that's when you get the big swells. So those 3 variables are super important. You probably already knew that. So here's the model. I'll get to it a little early today. Here's GFS. We're going to go right to there. Okay, so this is this weekend. This is tomorrow morning. See that thing down there in Southern California? So this is now Tuesday morning. So about Tuesday morning, Laguna Beach South, a few light scattered showers. No big deal. What is a big deal is, this guy. And it's not a giant deal. It's just rain. It's a winter storm. It's exactly what I would expect this time of year. I don't understand what all the fuss is about. I think there'll be. I'm looking. If you want to look for wind, right? How much wind is there going to be? Isobars are going kind of kinking up, right? You see here, see that close together. That's some good wind. Pretty good wind here, but I don't see anything just mind blowing. So let's back it up again. So here we are, Wednesday morning. This is kind of when it starts to go. You can see Northern California involved, all the way south to Marin County and down into San Francisco. This is Wednesday morning around 10 a.m. And then this is Wednesday afternoon. And then we're into Thursday morning. Okay. So the thing takes it's time getting through, but you see it progresses. It's a frontal system. So basically, the way I look at it is from Wednesday all the way into Thursday around lunchtime, it's just unsettled, wet, snowy in the mountains now. Mountain travel is going to be sketch for sure. And then you see it's out of here by Thursday afternoon. Not completely out of here, but off into the desert southwest. But you see also, where's the yellows? See how the yellows are a little more centered down towards Big Sur? A lot in Marin County right here. But then see that pop down around Big Sur, Santa Cruz. So there's your 2 inches of rain in the Santa Cruz Mountains. Maybe three. But that's, again, I'm not seeing, maybe I'm listening to the wrong sources. And again, this is down the road. This is March 16th thing we're looking at. We're not going to get too far ahead of ourselves here, only because a lot's going to happen. And again, it's still a couple days off, right? When there's nothing going on, we have a tendency to go out, oh, it's going to be a big storm next week. Well, that's Wednesday and Thursday. Today's Sunday. I know, exactly. So how much do we really know? So it's more just to get your attention. So we're kind of trying to take a sane approach here. So this is the precipitable moisture. This just tells you that this is basically from low down in the atmosphere to high in the atmosphere. It's just a column of moisture. So when I roll this through, see those blue areas, right? Those are your atmospheric rivers. The greens represent increased moisture levels, which is going to get you some precipitation. But when you want the big time precipitation, you want these blues in your zone. Okay, so when we go forward here there's your Tuesday in Southern California event. Now San Diego, see that blue kind of up around San Diego? That's going to get you, half inch of rain. That's pretty good. That's a good little moisture plume. That's on Tuesday. Yeah, I'd say Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday lunchtime on, and everybody else is dry. And then you see the next level moisture comes in, and it's just green, so not blue, not intense. And that is our Wednesday system. This is Wednesday morning, this is Wednesday afternoon, and it moves through. And then that brown area or the white area represents a drier air mass. So let's look at the subsequent weather systems coming in. Are they going to have a moisture tap? That one looks okay. But you see what I'm saying? When we have those atmospheric rivers, those blues are dialed in on us. So what I see is, yes, a rain event. Do I see significant atmospheric river flooding potential? No, I really don't. Now that can change. It's still a bunch of time off, but I don't suspect it will. I really don't. I think what happens in everywhere, when there's nothing going on, because the national weather is pretty quiet, so the Weather Channel and those guys go, okay, big storm out west next week, and that's what I'm getting, because I like the Weather Channel. I watch them all the time. But I think it's just sort of your carnival barking a little bit. So here are the accumulations, 24-hour, actually accumulated, it compounds daily, this 24-hour to 48-hour to 72-hour. So here we are. There's the San Diego event, and they come in at... that number always eludes me down there. I think that's it's just looks like a 0.21 or something inches, right? So that's the San Diego event. A little further south, Baja is going to get Ensenada, Rosarito, you're going to get a little bit of rain. And then here comes our deal. This is Wednesday mid-morning. This is Thursday into Wednesday afternoon. This is into Thursday morning. Then it slows down. So this is into Thursday... Let's go Thursday afternoon. So we're Thursday afternoon now. So this is how much rain we're going to see essentially from Oregon south throughout the state. Sorry about that. For that period, for that 72-hour period or 48-hour period at best. And these numbers are all super manageable, at least from what I'm seeing. And it indicates exactly what I'd expect. And also, you see Mammoth gets the bulk of the snowfall. A couple feet of snow certainly in the offing. Rainfall accumulations, like they got Marin County here at an inch of rain. I think Marin County will do a couple inches of rain. I think Santa Cruz Mountains will do a couple inches of rain, but giant storm, not seeing it. Okay, this is the accumulation. We just did that. We don't want to do that. We want to do this. This is the big picture then. Okay, so we got it figured out, right? Right now, Wednesday night into Thursday, Wednesday all day, into Thursday afternoon and evening, especially in the Lake Tahoe area. So 36 to 48 hours of pretty wet weather, but nothing extreme. I'm not seeing it. Then you just look at the national map, and I think a lot of it has to do with it's pretty quiet around the country right now. And so I think sometimes we key in on what we can get our hands on. These are the current watches and warnings. Quick look, you see the blues up in Northern California. Those are frost advisories and freeze warnings. Same with up in Seattle, freeze warnings, frost advisories. This is a blizzard warning. This is the pink. The browns up in the North Dakota and these areas are going to be wind advisories. This is Montana. You see the dark browns, the browns. There's wind kind of is the story. And then there's some hydro issues down around this Florida-Georgia line. So yeah, kind of quiet. And I think that's why we're getting all the activity on the noise about this week's storm. We'll keep an eye on it. And everybody has different interests. I got some guys out pouring concrete now, and you probably have either your job or your commute, but it's all weather dependent stuff. So right now it's in that Wednesday, Thursday window. Just everything else, money. Maybe a little damp in San Diego on Tuesday, pardon me. So these are the forecast highs today. Santa Cruz will be in the mid 60s. San Francisco 60, upper 60s, low 70s in the East Bay of the Bay Area. And then Santa Barbara, upper 60s, low 70s. And then San Diego, mid 70s. And it looks pretty nice. I mean, that's what I was saying. Look how nice it looks across the country. Lots of sunshine, a little bit of rain down in New Orleans, but 69 degrees. Heck, Washington, D.C., 61 degrees. So it's starting to feel like spring. Those are the forecasts for today. Up skiing, I'm going to get up there. I think I'm going to go up next week. I'm kind of psyched about that. This is Palisades, Tahoe. Beautiful morning. Again, a lot of people dragging because it's not, what time is it supposed to be? Like right now it's supposed to be 8:30, but it's really, in my mind, it's really 7:30, right? Because we sprang forward. My wife gets me out when I do that, but I do a thing where I don't reset my watches I give myself some time to get used to. So I'm going to be on real time for a while. This is Heavenly Valley, quiet. These are probably some first tracks, people. God, what a beautiful day, right? Not a lot of wind up there either. Temperatures today, like I mentioned, Truckee was down in the teens, and then around the lake it's low 20s, and then by afternoon they're going to be in the upper 40s, low mid 50s. It's gonna be a beautiful, beautiful day up on the hill. This is Donner Ski Ranch. I like them because they are the little engine that could. And it's kind of a live camera, although no one's moving, but that's okay. It should be a live camera. And then we go to Ocean Beach. I was watching earlier, that's a pretty good size. Ocean Beach is about 5 to 8 feet. I think it's a little bigger than that. It's funny, I saw like 4 dudes paddle. I was watching earlier this morning, and like, whenever you see 4 guys, well, I don't know, guys, girls, whatever, but they paddle out really close together. They all 4 walk right down to the beach, and then they get really close and they paddle out together. And right away I go, they're never going to get out there. Because first of all, it's really hard to get out there. Secondly, you don't just, you kind of, like I'd try to go in through here, right, for that beat the rip. But I was just like, they're not. And I watched them for like 10 minutes, and they just got, I think they're on the beach or in the car drinking coffee right now. Because that's a hard day. That's a rough day to get out. But you can always tell, like, you don't paddle out 4 guys at a time. It's kind of, I don't know if that's fair to say, but in my mind, when you're going surfing, just if you go with 4 guys, kind of spread out and paddle out. Don't just, because like there's nothing worse than sitting in the water, especially Ocean Beach where it's kind of quiet and not a lot of people sometimes, and 4 guys paddle up and sit right next to you. The whole beach is breaking, man. You don't need that. So just paddle, separate a little bit. You'll be fine. You'll catch up with each other out in the water eventually. I know that might be an unpopular view, but this is Pacifica, and it's beautiful. And I do love seeing all these are generally learners. There's some good surfers out there, but it's a great spot to learn, as I mentioned. And look how fun that looks today. It's like a lake, so you can get waves on that day. Yeah, nice. Okay, so that's Pacifica. A little early. The sun's just getting on it. This is Steamer Lane. Tide is dropping. You see a little bit of wind at the point, right? Those flags out at the point. And as the tide drops, it's going to get better and better. Pacifica or Santa Cruz is probably about 4 to 8 foot as well. And then we hit that, we hit that, we hit that, we hit Santa Cruz. Okay, I'm a little behind. And then this is, can you guess where that is? It kind of looks like Pacifica, but it's way better. That is, can you guess? San Diego, right? Yeah, so pretty. San Diego, I mean, the water temperature right now in San Diego, 56 degrees. Water temperature at Ocean Beach in San Francisco, 53 degrees. So it's not that much warmer, or not much warmer down in San Jose. This is Shadow. I believe she's moving. Is she moving? Yeah, there she is. So I think that's Shadow. That's our Jackie. Jackie's the female. Shadow's the male. It is an obsession. I've been spending literally last night, because last night was my beer night, because I can have a couple beers, like 3 beers. 3 good beers too. So it's a big night for me. But Pam and I just sat and watched Shadow in the wind and the snow and the rain. Or it wasn't snowing, but it was snowing yesterday morning. But just, it's fascinating. I mean, just spending time in the tree with her. And or just watching Jackie. I think that's Jackie, the female. She's bigger. And then Shadow comes in. You can see all the food around here, right? So that's all carrion. And the whole nest, when the lighting hits it right, you'll see like little feet, because they're just like eating crows. Like they don't like the crows. And the crows, the other day I turned it on, there's a dead crow sitting on the side of the thing. And it's like, wow, it's an apex predator. What else do I got? I think that's it. Okay, so kind of weather long but light, but it's a Sunday morning. Have a great day. You'll sleep good tonight. And then I will be back here tomorrow. Thanks for watching.